Hey Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So what's in store for your June 2023? We are going to consult the tarot and find out, so keep watching. Alright Pisces, we're going to start with this tarot deck to get the overall vibe for your month ahead. And then I have a special treat for you in the second half of the video. We're going to use a new tool that I ordered. And we're going to clarify with additional tarot. So stay tuned also for the second half of the video. I think you'll find it interesting. All right, let's see what's going on. General energies for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what we got. Ariel's concentrating. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Hermit. Interesting. The Four of Swords, the World, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is very interesting. All right. Now, you know me, I'm going to read things a couple of different ways. In your heart is the Four of Swords. So, and we have a Hermit. So I have a feel, so we have two cards of kind of being on your own and a little bit of I'm pulling back and isolating because I got to figure something out. I think there could be a situation in your life where what you had hoped for, Seven of Cups, is not meeting up to reality. And you're needing some time to kind of pull back and reevaluate if this is still worth investing your energy into. And I think you're going to make some sort of decision about it by the end of Gemini season. So I would say by the 21st of June with this Knight of Swords here. So with the World here, you know, the World is one chapter ending and another chapter beginning. So it is possible that you may decide that you're going to move forward with some sort of closure on a situation in your life. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic, although it might be. Again, might be. It could be a business or personal association because the Virgo is showing up, which is your seventh house of other people. It could be, Knight of Swords can sometimes be a conflict energy. And we have the Seven with the Seven of Cups here. So it could be that you've been fighting with yourself about some sort of ideal or somebody you put on a pedestal. Again, business or personal. And, you know, they may have clay feet, in other words. So they may not have lived up to your expectations. Some situation, I just feel you're trying to figure it out. If maybe it was you had too high expectations or you were in a little bit of dreamland about it. But the reality is, it is what it is. So I feel like this conflict with the Knight of Swords is more going on perhaps with yourself than necessarily with an outside force. Although it could be. I mean, it's possible. Okay, so this is very interesting. I think you're really going to be taking some time out, especially, probably around that full moon. Which is the 3rd, but we have the 4 showing up here. So, the 4 of Swords. So I think the 3rd and the 4th, the first weekend in June, Pisces, you may in fact be in that, you know what you do. You close the door, shut out the world, put on your music, light your candles, get in your Pisces zone of just really spending time with the deep end of, diving into the deep end of your soul with the Hermit here. Checking in with yourself spiritually, what do I need from this situation? What was I hoping? What is the reality? So I think you're going to maybe be giving yourself a little bit of a reality check. That's what I think. Now, others of you, okay, I'm all right, read things a couple different ways. Others of you are going to use, I would say, the first 9 days with the Hermit, the first 9 days of the month to work on something in secret. Probably some sort of creative project because we have the Cancer energy showing up here. So it could be you're writing something, you're putting together a film, you're putting together a presentation, you are, studying for something that you want to do in the world. it may be that on around the 20th, 21st with the world card here, you may be in fact showing up and sharing that particular thing with the world. There could be a very important meeting, presentation. It's something very, I think it's probably something intellectual, okay, because of the Knight of Swords here. So again, something you've written, something you've, a song, it could be a song, it could be something you've written, a play, whatever, something like that, Pisces, that you could be sharing with the world. You could finally maybe decide this poem is ready. I'm going to go to the open mic night and I'm going to, let it rip and present it to the world. You may be a little nervous about it, Knight of Swords, because that can just be kind of, but you're going to charge ahead like a warrior and present yourself out into the world with some sort of creative endeavor. That is very possible. Despite feeling any sort of inner nervousness or conflict about it, you're going to still forge ahead with it and do it. So it depends on what you got going on in your life in order to apply these energies. But I would also say, with the strong emphasis here, I would say that, again, maybe the first 9 to 10 days of the month, you do need some quiet time. You do need some, let me pull back and kind of regroup, reconvene with myself. Also, we have Mars going through Leo in the month of June. This is your 6th house of work and well-being. So, Mars can really definitely energize us, sure. But it may be too that you have to accept a reality that you maybe have bitten off more than you can chew. And you may need a little extra rest in the month ahead to accomplish everything you'd like to accomplish, perhaps in your work life. So just keep that in mind with this Four of Swords. If you're feeling mentally drained and tired, listen to your higher self and take the time out. 7 of Cups can be I need to go take a nap. My spirit is crying out for a little rest away from people. I need to do it. You need to listen to your body and your spirit also, what it's telling you about what you need in terms of rest. I think in definitely the first half of the month I am feeling. So I would say if you are going to present something or show up in the world in some significant way, right around the last couple days of Gemini, early Cancer, that would be a good time to present yourself, go for something that's near and dear to your heart, fight for something that's important to your world, that type of thing. Okay, so interesting energies here, Pisces. I should just also say, with the Knight of Swords in the world, there could be, very quickly, Knight of Swords, some sort of text, written communication, letter that comes in about some sort of profile, worldly success, maybe something connected with your job, okay, because of Mars also energizing that 6th house. So I would, again, look to that time frame of 19th, 20th, 21st for something like that to come in. All right, Pisces, we have a treat, something brand new on the channel, the Astro dice. So we are going to see what else you need to know about your June 2023. Going to roll the dice, and then we're going to clarify it with the tarot. I have to use the mouse pad because Ariel is sitting on the little cloth that came with the dice. She loves these. She just can't wait to bat them around. Okay. I have to do it over here so she doesn't get into them. Okay, wait. I got to do it again. Hold on. It's falling off the table. Okay. We have the 2nd house, number 2. We have Leo, and we have the Neptune, which is your ruling energy. Okay, so Leo, of course, is about our creative energy. This is also your 6th house of work and well-being. But our creative energy, 2nd house, money, and also self-esteem and what we value. And then we have Neptune. So creative energies, poetry, creative writing, anything that involves the imagination. It's real artistic. Neptune's very artistic, and also anything spiritual, channeled from the depths, that type of thing. Well, not from the depths, that's Pluto, but channeled from like the ethers, right? It's also very spiritual and healing energy, the Neptune. Okay, but also, very, very imaginative. So what this is saying to me, and we will of course clarify, is that it is time for you to perhaps, every energy has a positive and then an energy that's not so great, right? So I'm going to read this a couple different ways and we'll clarify with the tarot. It is time, I think, for you to channel your energy into something super creative and imaginative that you really value doing. Okay, but now the other thing I would say, because Leo is also the ruler of the heart, the 5th house in the astrological wheel. Your 5th house, of course, is Cancer, but if we look at just the general astrological wheel, this also is saying to look and see where there may be situations that are foggy and unclear with matters of the heart. And is it what you, is it in our relationships, romances especially, really treating you the way you deserve to be treated, right? Are they valuing you? So maybe looking at places where there is value and there isn't value in romantic relationships, and not getting blindsided or choosing Neptune to wear the rose-colored glasses and not see the truth. And this also ties in a little bit with this 7 of Cups going on over here in this other reading. And I said some of you may be making some sort of decision about, a personal connection, whether to let it go, or is it measuring up to reality? Measuring up, rather, is the reality measuring up to the fantasy, 7 of Cups, that perhaps you have created? And this energy is also suggesting that. But it's more to do with the 2nd house, right? It's more to do with, how are you valuing yourself? Are you settling for less, perhaps in this wishful fantasy, Neptune, that it will somehow change and get better? Okay, so especially romantically, if you're dealing with a situation like that, absolutely, it's time to look at that for yourself. And some of you may be cutting a cord when it comes to that with the Knight of Swords and the World. Others of you, it's much more about putting your energies behind creative, imaginative pursuits that you value and that could bring you money. All right, so let's see what the tarot has to say about this for you. And I would get very clear also on anything to do with money, 2nd house, with the Leo stuff, with your 6th house of work. So if you're in negotiations for a job, or if you've just gotten a job, or you're about to get a raise, or whatever's going on monetarily in relation to your job, like, absolutely, Neptune, don't let yourself get, smoke in your eyes, or somebody, what's the word I want? Somebody to blow smoke up where, so that you don't see the truth of what might be going on financially with the situation. Okay, so, all right, let's see what we got. Pisces. Knight of Cups and the Emperor. Interesting, that is your 2nd house of money, the Aries. We had the number 2 in the dice. And the Page of Wands. Okay. So it looks like there may in fact be some sort of offer that you would like to move forward with. Maybe, again, related to your finances. This could be coming from a boss. This is not bad. This looks fairly, well-intentioned here. But again, before you start anything new, make sure the money is indeed like in writing. Okay. And, there may be a significant meeting with somebody in HR, a boss, something like that, because there is going to be something offered to you regarding your finances, your career. We got the 6. We discussed the 6th house of the Leo. Now we're having the 2nd house of money showing up, and then your energy, the Neptune. So we just have to be really, really clear, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, know exactly, like to the number, and get it in writing, okay, what is being offered to you. Now, another way to look at this is also your 2nd house it's also self-esteem and worth and value. So I think it's also important for you to stand up for yourself, Emperor, in some way as well. It could be in a romantic sense with the Knight of Cups. Before you continue to move on with something, you may have to assert a boundary. You may have to say, like, look, I'm not putting up with this shenanigan from you anymore. If you want to continue to move forward with me, then this is the type of behavior that I expect. Okay, so it could be romantic. It could be, because we had the Leo. If we look at like fifth house, like I was saying before, it can be something like that. I just feel like it's really vital for you this month because of this Seven of Cups we had before in the first deck, and also this Neptune coming out in the dice. Things need to be crystal freaking clear with anyone you're dealing with, but also in yourself, right? Like Aries, the Aries energy showing up here. This is, as we know, okay? Like Aries is like, here you go. Like, this is the way it is. Like, this is what has to be said. This is the way it is, hello. So a little bit of Aries, a little dose of the Aries here can be very, very helpful for you, I think. Okay, but let's also remember, in the first energies we got, like, you do, Pisces, have to get clear with yourself on what's going on first with you and what your standards are and what you do expect, what you do deserve, what you want and need before you start, doing all this too. Okay, so I think a little bit of assertiveness. Again, we got the Page after the Aries, right? We don't have this like King of Wands, like, we have just the Page, right? So it'll be whatever you decide to do. You're not going to go all like crazy Aries about it. You will do it in a more modified, nice Aries light way. You'll do it Aries light, but still it will be effective. Okay, so I think this is very good. You could be having a very, very frank and productive conversation with someone in authority, whether it's a boss, somebody else in your world. Could be your father, if the father is still around, or some other, usually it's male with Emperor, or somebody else who has very strong male energy. Somebody who has a gravitas, who has that Emperor kind of to them. You could have a very important meeting and conversation with them. Again, ironing out the details, and don't put them on a big pedestal up here. It's like, one-on-one. Yes, they may have gravitas, but you're just as valuable in the conversation. Don't forget that. And you could be ironing out some terms to move forward on something. This could be a new creative partnership. That's possible. Again, a boss, something work-related, maybe in some other capacity in your life. Okay, but this looks very promising. So Pisces, get yourself straightened out in your own mind, as I said, first. And then, let's see, you're going to be, charging ahead with that Knight of Swords and World on something that's important and valuable in your life. Okay, so Pisces, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the month of June. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.